Hello students, today we will discuss about the second part of expression of genes in case of prokaryotes. Last class we have discussed about operand concept regarding lac operand, which is the negative control of gene expression in case of prokaryotes, and lac operand is also known as the inducible operand system of E. coli. But today we will discuss about the repressible operand system. So again I am repeating the conceptual things, how the genes they express inside the prokaryotes. Prokaryotes, they are mostly having the operands. Operands are what? They are made up of more than one cistrons, which are operated by a single operator, regulated by a single regulatory sequence. We know that all the cistrons in case of eukaryotes also, they are having their individual regulatory sequence, operator and promoter sequence. But in case of prokaryotes, many more genes which are needed for a particular pathway, they are expressed simultaneously and are present continuously, and they make an operand. Because all these cistrons, they are expressed simultaneously due to, depending upon the need of the cell. Okay. And operand system was first discovered by Jacob and Monod in 1961, and they observed that as in case of eukaryotes, in prokaryotes also constitutive means housekeeping genes are there, and non-constitutive means luxurious genes are also there. Housekeeping genes, they are regularly working, means these genes are never switched off, they are continuously expressing, continuously the protein product is produced. But in case of non-constitutive or luxurious genes, what happens? These genes, they only express depending upon the need of the product inside the cell. Neither these genes, they remain switched off. Okay, in case of prokaryotes also, this is going on, that as per the need, as per the demand of the cell only, some of the cistrons which are making the operand, either they are switched on or switched off. Two different types of operands are there, inducible operand and repressible operand. Inducible operands, they need an inducer, and means it is a substance. Because of the presence of this inducer only, the operand becomes switched on. Neither the operand remains switched off. If the inducer is present, then only the operand works. And last class only we have discussed about the lac operand. That is, in presence of lactose, the operand, it works. It transcribes the polycystonic mRNA, and the three different types of enzymes are synthesized for the metabolism of lactose in E. coli. And today we will discuss about the repressible operand. Repressible operand means what? This is also made up of the luxurious cistrons making one operand. These cistrons, they continuously work, means these are also luxurious, but what happens, these cistrons which are making this type of repressible operand, they are continuously producing its product, but when the product amount is beyond the need of the cell, when the product amount is much more than the need of the cell, then only the operand switches off. Okay, neither the operand remains switched on, means continuously it is transcribing the mRNA and continuously it is producing the product. Okay, so in repressible operand, we will give an example of tryptophan operand of E. coli. Okay, so let's discuss in a very details about the repressible operand system of prokaryotes. See what is the operand concept. Here we will discuss about the tryptophan operand, and it is about the regulation of gene expression in case of prokaryotes. So what is there? Operands are of two different types, as just I have discussed, inducible operand and repressible. Inducible operand example we have given the lac operand, and repressible operand, it is tryptophan operand of E. coli. See, this tryptophan operand of E. coli, its product is tryptophan amino acid. Means this operand, it works, it switches on for the production of the amino acid tryptophan, and it is continuously synthesizing the tryptophan. Whenever the tryptophan amount is much more than the need of the cell, then the tryptophan itself switches off the operand. So this operand, it is continuously working, but the product, when it is more, then automatically it is switched off by the product only. So the product is here working as a co-repressor. See what we have discussed in the last class also. The regulatory gene which is present ahead of the structural genes. Ahead of the structural genes, regulatory gene, it regulates whether this cistron is to be transcribed or not, whether this cistron is to be expressed or not. The regulatory gene, it produces a repressor protein. And last class also I have told you that the regulatory gene, it is a housekeeping gene, and it is continuously producing its repressor mRNA, and continuously the repressor mRNA it is producing the repressor protein. Okay, but this repressor protein, it binds to the operator zone and it decides whether the cisterns they have to be switched on or not, whether the cisterns they have to synthesize their polycistronic mRNA or not in an operon. Okay, so here what happens, the aporepressor is produced. Aporepressor is not the complete repressor, it is produced from the regulatory gene. The repressor mRNA is produced, then the repressor protein is produced, but this is not a complete repressor. This is called the aporepressor. In case of tryptophan operon, we will discuss. This aporepressor, when it binds to the co-repressor, that is tryptophan itself, then it forms a complete repressor. And this complete repressor, it binds to the operator zone. So that tryptophan synthetase, this operon, it automatically it is switched off when the tryptophan product is much more than the beyond the need of the cell. Okay, so what is there? See what is there in the repressible tryptophan operon. 5 structural genes are present: tryptophan E, D, C, B and A. 5 different genes, they produce 4 different types of enzymes which are needed for the synthesis of the amino acid tryptophan. Okay, so regulator gene, here it produces the aporepressor. Aporepressor, it is a protein only. This aporepressor, it is unable to bind to the operator zone because it is not having any binding head. So it needs a co-repressor. Co-repressor is what? Here the co-repressor is the tryptophan itself. This is the product of this gene's expression. Okay, this tryptophan. So when the end product, that is tryptophan or co-repressor, is much more than the need of the cell, then the co-repressor, it binds with the aporepressor to form a complete repressor. The complete repressor, it can be loaded on the operon. It can be loaded on the operator zone of the operon, so that the operon automatically it is switched off. When the tryptophan amount is more than the need of the cell, then automatically it forms aporepressor is continuously producing, and tryptophan it acts as the co-repressor. So both of them they bind to form a complete repressor, and the complete repressor it is loaded on the operator zone so that the RNA polymerase enzyme cannot proceed forward, and all these structural genes which are present, 5 different types of structural genes are present in producing different enzymes for the synthesis of tryptophan amino acid. Automatically the transcription is switched off, and automatically there will be also no translation or the production of tryptophan amino acid. So what is there? See, 5 different types of genes of these structural genes which are present in the tryptophan operon. What they produce? Genes E and D. These tryptophan E and tryptophan D, they combiningly producing one enzyme, that is anthranilate synthetase. Gene C, it produces glyceryl phosphate synthetase. Gene B, it produces beta tryptophan synthetase, and gene A, it produces alpha tryptophan synthetase. Okay, so 4 different types of enzymes are needed for the synthesis of the amino acid tryptophan inside E. coli, and whenever the tryptophan amino acid is much more than the need of the cell, automatically this tryptophan it acts as the co-repressor and it binds with the aporepressor. So what happens when the tryptophan is needed inside the cell? Continuously this operon it remains switched on. All these 5 different types of structural genes, they are transcribed, means the polycistronic mRNA is produced. The polycistronic mRNA it will be produced by the transcription. Okay, transcription, it produces the polycistronic mRNA, and this polycistronic mRNA it will produce the different types of enzymes after translation, and these 4 different types of enzymes, they are needed for the synthesis of amino acid tryptophan. It is the end product of the expression of the operon. So when the tryptophan amount is much more, up to that these structural genes they will continuously express. There will be transcription and there will be translation. Okay, so the expression of the genes will be continuously there up to the tryptophan amount is much more. When the tryptophan amount is much more than the need of the cell, automatically it acts as the co-repressor, binds with the aporepressor which is produced from the regulatory gene. Regulatory gene, it is a housekeeping gene. Continuously it is producing its regulatory mRNA or repressor mRNA, and repressor mRNA produces here aporepressor. Means aporepressor is not the complete repressor. It is not having any binding head, so it can't be loaded on the operator zone. So this aporepressor it waits for the production of co-repressor. Co-repressor is the extra amount of tryptophan. If extra amount of tryptophan is there, means beyond the need of the cell, then only the tryptophan acts as the co-repressor. Both of them they bind to form the complete repressor. so that the complete repressor, it can be loaded on the operator zone, and due to which this promoter, which is loaded by RNA polymerase, it will not allow the enzyme RNA polymerase to proceed forward, and automatically transcription will be stopped. So the structural genes, they are switched off for the expression. So this is one type of repressible operand. Repressible operands, they are continuously switched. The structural genes of the repressible operand, they remain switched on continuously. They are synthesizing the product, but when the product is much more than the need of the cell, then this type of operands, they switched off. Okay, so it is just the opposite of lac operand. Lac operand, it is switched on when it is needed, when lactose is present inside the cell. Inducible operand, so it is, because it needs an inducer, that is lactose. But here tryptophan operand is just the reverse. Tryptophan product, if it is much more, then it is switched off. Neither it remains switched on all the time. Okay, so these are the two different types of operands which are found in case of prokaryotes. We have given the two different types of examples, and last class also we have discussed about the lac operand concept, the total lac operand, what are the genes present, what are the enzymes produced for the metabolism of lactose. All these things we have discussed in the last class, and I will also copy the link here so you can refer it. So this is about the regulation of gene expression in case of prokaryotes. So in case of prokaryotes, as in case of eukaryotes, regulator, promoter and operator, these three are the regulatory genes which are present ahead of the operands. As in case of eukaryotes, means in the in the upstream of the cisterns, these regulatory genes are present. Similarly here, more than one cisterns, they are present continuously, and they are operated by a single operator to form the operand. Operand means it is having more than one cistern, and it will produce a polycistronic mRNA, and it will produce much more number of enzymes which are needed for a particular pathway. Okay, so this is about the operand concept what we have discussed. So if any doubt is there, then ask me in the comment, and subscribe my channel for the upcoming videos. Thank you.